Hey everyone, I cannot believe that it's another year with MakseLife and I get to do the review of the 2024 MakseLife Planner. Thank you for joining me today as we unbox the new in my selection of the MakseLife Planner system, as well as all of the accessories or some of the accessories that will be launching on September 28th. Welcome back. If you are new to my channel, my name is Saray and I love sharing content around planning, budgeting, and organization with some lifestyle sprinkled in between. I have been using, as I mentioned, MakseLife for a while, ever since MakseLife came out. In case you're new to MakseLife, MakseLife is a planner company, but they specifically focus on goal setting systems. And I will be honest, this year has been one of the most challenging years for me on the personal front, and I hope that I get to share some of that with you. I've already shared some of it earlier when I talked about some changes that I experienced at my job, but there have been some other personal things that I've been experiencing this year, and it hasn't been easy. But MakseLife and the system does give me a lot of grounding and a lot of anchoring that I can always go back to and I can always rely on to reorganize myself and set myself up for, not necessarily for success, but to give me hope and look forward to many things. Okay, so since this is a review video, I definitely don't want to get too sappy, but I wanted to just share how powerful this system has been for me. And even though I have been on and off this year, last year actually, 2022 was one of the best years I've had, and one of the reasons for me feeling so accomplished in 2022, one of the main reasons was this system in particular. Before we jump into the review, I just want to share that I am a MakseLife affiliate. So I do make a commission for each person that uses my link in the description section to make a purchase, which I highly appreciate. But regardless of whether I was an affiliate or not, I believe in this system so much. But I would appreciate that if you decide on September 28th, launch day, to make a purchase, you consider using my link, which helps support me and my content as a content creator. So with that, let's go ahead and get into this beautiful box. It's a little sneak peek of the new packaging for MakseLife, and get to see all of the goodies inside, as well as the planner that I picked and the reason why I picked it for 2024. But this is not representative of everything that's being launched on launch day, of course, so be sure to come back and check out all of the items that are launching. And to get started, we're gonna go into the planner itself, and it comes in the beautiful packaging that I showed you a little bit earlier. It also comes in this beautiful box as well that you can use it as a keepsake. I do tend to keep my planners every year. I have all of my planners since 2015, and I love repurposing the box as well to use it as the keepsake and all of the mementos for the year. Very sturdy packaging, and it does come with other cellophane and wrapping paper. I'm gonna go ahead and put this aside and reveal my cover choice for 2024. Ta-da! I went with this beautiful pink florals, and it does also have some yellows because we know that I love anything pink, and it's just such a feminine planner and it just screams all things Saray Bailey for me. So I'm super excited about this cover. It's definitely my favorite from the collection. There is a number of different covers designed by a number of different artists, and this is one of them. This cover was designed by Allison Jansen, and here is what the back looks like. I actually love the pops of yellow. The covers this year are slightly different than last year. This year's cover is a little bit softer, on the softer side. I feel like it's a little bit more bendable. This one's definitely harder. And as you can see, there is a brand new coil. I love this change. I didn't particularly mind the wire O system, but over time it does bend and it's just not as durable versus this particular coil. So I'm super excited about this change. It's not the gold coil that I would love, but I don't mind this one at all in the least. And we still have our band. This is one of my favorite features of the MakseLife, that it has this built-in band or elastic for you to kind of keep your planner closed and protected when you are not using it. Now, if you're a little bit intimidated by the busyness of this cover, don't be. There's something for everyone. There is a number of different design options this year, from more on the neutral or simplistic side to a different color scheme. So I'm sure you can find something that you like. Let's go ahead and jump in so that you can see the inside. The paper inside of the cover has a very lovely complementary design. I really love the pattern. And this one does include a today bookmark, which is very soft and bendable, very flexible. It snaps right into the coil very, very nicely. I love just the little details on this today bookmark, which has the tab on the top, so you can use it to mark wherever you are in your planner. It also has the little color wheel from MakseLife right there in the corner, and I think that's just such a really nice touch from a branding perspective. Our cover page shows us what planner we have. I have picked the horizontal weekly edition because I use it as more of a memory keeper and journaling with my aligned with my goals. So that's why I prefer the horizontal edition. So that's the one that I went with this year. The paper itself feels pretty much the same as every year. In case you're not familiar with Moxie paper, it's pretty thick. It definitely does not, bleed through, obviously depending on what pen or writing tool you are using, but it's very forgiving. And this first section just basically gives you the instructions on how you can use this system. It's very comprehensive in terms of the instructions on what you can do to set it up. I definitely encourage you to take time to read these pages and set yourself up for the best success that you can. Highlight these pages, take notes, maybe call out things that maybe have been different from a goal setting system that you've used in the past, or anything that kind of catches your attention. That way you can, come back to it. Then some additional instructions and the assessment scoring. So these pages are pretty much the same. This is the initial assessment scoring that you go through and basically rate yourself in each of the different 8 life areas that you can pick from, or that you can focus on within this system. So there's a total of 8 areas, and each of them are color coded or color specific. So for example, personal is yellow, financial is green, that sort of thing. And you basically establish a baseline for where you are in that particular area of life. And then you're going to be revisiting the compass assessment, or the wheel, which is this one, the life compass, throughout the entire year, and kind of see where you are, to see whether you're improving in certain areas, or you've stayed the same, or if there's anything, or if you've gone backwards and maybe you need to reassess some things because maybe your priorities have shifted, maybe life happened. It's a very flexible approach. Then you have a page where you can set your intentions as well, and then some examples of the goals that you want to jot down and how you want to approach goal setting. You also have some information on your annual goals, monthly goals, and weekly actions. So basically you're setting up your annual goals, but you're going to break them down into smaller size actions that you can act on every day and every week. I say this every year. This is one of my favorite pages because sometimes I'm at a loss as to where I want to focus on a particular area of life. This gives me a nice overview of things that I can, pick from if I'm running out of ideas. And then here you can create a mind map, or sort of brainstorming some of the ideas that you may have for the coming years. And then it's time to set up your annual goals. So in these pages, you're going to jot down what your annual goals are. I love that this part right here is dot grid. So if you're someone who likes to doodle and draw, you have freedom for that. Or if you want to just write it down, you can certainly do that too. And then here is the question: how will my life improve by reaching these financial goals or wellness goals, or whatever the goal might be? And in the past, I've used this to write down an affirmation for each particular goal. Here we have our vision board, images or things, quotes that are going to help you keep your goals top of mind, and it will help you visualize where you want to be at the end of the year. Some quick tips, and then it jumps right into the month. So each of the tabs that you see are all the same color. They're all in this grayscale colorway. You have a quote at the beginning of every month, and then we jump into the month. This year, as we compare each of the monthly view, you can see that there is some color within each of the monthly spread, but it's very minimal. So April is in the grayscale, May is on the yellow, and June is kind of like a bluish, teal, greenish kind of colorway. July is this darker navy maybe. August is purple. September is gray again. October orange. November the same sort of teal, and then December is the red. So definitely very minimal. So it does have a little pop of color, but if you like the neutral look to your planner, it's like a beautiful compromise between colorful and neutral. You have more quotes up at the top, and then on the bottom right you have the next month's calendar, like a mini calendar for the next month, which I really find helpful to plan ahead. Right after the monthly spread, you come into your goal setting pages for each month. So these would be the goals for January, and it does have more quotes up at the top, and you have the 8 colors. So this is really as much color as you get in this planner. It's really in these sort of monthly pages and on the annual goal setting, also on the weekly actions. So once you set up your monthly goals at the beginning of each week, you have your goals incorporated within your planner, and then this is your page for your reflections. So another sort of very free-flowing page setup with coaching tips down on the bottom that you can use to capture memories, pictures, quotes, images, whatever you like. Once we go through the weekly actions, it brings us to the first week. How perfect, if you are the planner geek that I am, how perfect it is that Monday is January 1st. So the planner starts on January 1st. This doesn't happen too often, obviously, but it starts on a Monday, and I think we can all rejoice with that. You have a section for notes, and then you also have a habit tracker built into the planner. And then it moves into the next week, which basically, and it's all dated. So you have January 8th through the 14th here, and your reflections page, and then the following week. So this is basically the setup that you can expect every single month for all of your weeks. And then at the end of the month, you have a page where you can jot down your monthly reflections. What were your biggest wins, things that weren't currently working in your life, things that you learned. Then at the end of each quarter, you're gonna have, in addition to your reflections page, a quarterly compass check-in. So this would be the quarterly compass for Q1, and you're basically comparing your numbers from when you started at the beginning of the year to see where we are at. And then it brings you to the next quarter, and that would be the same thing. So at the end of June, you'll have your quarterly compass for Q2. At the end of September, quarterly compass for Q3. And then at the end of December, we have our quarterly compass for Q4. This is something that started last year, and it is the inclusion of the year-end reflections notebook. So this one is from 2022, is the 2022 year-end reflection. And this is one that I use at the end of 2022 and at the beginning of 2023 to set up my 2023 goals. So it's additional extra space that you can use to jot down how things went for the year, and then helps you prepare your goal setting for the next year. With this year, there is another reflections notebook that you can use to do the same thing. So sort of reflect on 2023, whether you had a MakseLife or not, but it's still a nice little space for you to jot down what were some of the highlights and successes for the year, and helps you kind of start your goal setting process, and it helps you kind of get going with it. Now, this one is a free gift with all orders over $100 that are placed before 10/3. And the reason why I bring this up is because there isn't like an annual review within the book, but this little companion notebook that is complimentary within, for a limited time can help you sort of set that at the end of the year to prepare you for the next year. After the quarterly compass, you have a notes page, and then it brings us to the extras tab. The extras tab is 2 years at a glance, 2024 and 25, with some important days section that you can include, or that you can include any important days for those years to help you plan ahead. And then some blank line pages in the back that you can use for whatever you would like. You have a pocket, double-sided pocket with sort of this signature design. And then you also have a sticker sheet with the different color coordinating dots, some of the other matching goal stickers. You also have this other pocket. Oh wow, this is so nice, so smooth to keep other things that you might want to include with this beautiful pattern as well. Overall, this planner is definitely another winner in my book for MakseLife, and I cannot wait to get started with this planner in 2024. Let's talk accessories that I picked for next year. In addition to the today bookmark, there are other bookmarks that you can also add to your order, and that includes this trio pack of bookmarks, which are made of the same material. I love how flexible and bendable they are, and they are tabbed on the top as well, and they say annual goals, monthly goals, and weekly actions, so you can certainly know exactly what page you need to be at to make it easier to navigate from one section to another in your planner. So super excited for these. They also have the little color wheel on the bottom for the MakseLife logo, and this one says dream big, dare to grow, and just begin. Very good quality product, and I am so excited for these. The other accessories that I'm really excited about this year are these sticky notes. I was so excited about them that I actually ended up ordering extras. So I have double of all of these, because if you know me, you know that I love me a great sticky note, and these are definitely great. The first one is this little booklet with the signature colors on the outside, and it's a set of 23 sticky notes. You have these little page flags, this checklist, these other boxes, and other colors as well. I just love it. The stickiness is really nice. These are great quality sticky notes. These are definitely not bad sticky notes at all, because they're not all sticky notes are created equal. From what I understand, these were actually supposed to launch last year, but Sierra and the team were not thrilled with the quality that they were able to get. So after some work, they ended up getting it right with a new manufacturer. So these are definitely great. And then these two are mini sticky notes, and they come in this little set, and I'm not 100% sure on how this one works. If you take them out individually, maybe you do. Yeah, I think maybe you do. And actually, I had taken one out because I was playing around with it. And then these are also pretty good sticky notes. This one may have lost a sticky because I was playing around with it. But, great quality, and they are in the matching colorway. So you are in great hands if you are someone who loves all of that matchy stuff. And I love the size, because typically use the standard sticky notes like the Post-it notes. I have to trim them because they're so long, but these are on the shorter size, so they are great. And this is the exact same concept, except that these are in the pastel colorway, so they're definitely softer. The challenge with these dark ones is that it's kind of hard to see, so I would recommend using like a white pen, like a jelly pen, to help you see what you're writing. So that's just one thing to note, or you can definitely use them just like a regular page flag. So I hope that you enjoyed this review video. I tried to be as thorough as possible, but not make it overly long, because I could definitely go on and on with details about this system. But if you have any questions on things that I did not cover during this review, please feel free to drop it down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to respond to all of those. So stay tuned for September 28th. Don't forget to come back to this video and use the link down below in the description to make your selection for your 2024 goals in your MakseLife planner. Thank you so much, friends, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.